going to cut Social Security. No, I'm not. I'm the one that saved it. We're going to be a tariff nation. It's not going to be a cost to you. It's going to be a cost to another country. I heard Kamala the other day, Comrade Kamala. She said, oh, if you do that, he's raising your taxes. No, no, no. I'm not raising your taxes. I'm raising China and all of these countries in Asia and all over the world, including the European Union, by the way, which is one of the most egregious.
I've spoken with some economists about your proposal for tariffs, and they say they don't see how it will not make items cost more in the United States.
They'll approve it. They'll approve it. And number one, I don't need them. I don't need Congress, but they'll approve it.
So Trump supporters are very slowly realizing that voting to spite other people really isn't all that it's cracked up to be.
At some point they will be. We have tremendous growth. We're going to have tremendous growth. This next year, it'll be toward the end of the year. The growth is going to be incredible. And at the right time, we will take a look at that. You know, that's actually the easiest of all things, if you look, because it's such a big percentage.
The problem with the Democrats is they've never run out of things that they can give away for free, quote unquote. When you talk about $1 trillion in debt payment just on interest alone every year, we can't just talk about the military, though. And the military can do some things better. We can save some money just in the way of contract. We're going to be careful that we don't decrease our abilities because China is right on our heels. However, if you talk about 75% of the budget, 75% is non-discretionary. We're going to have some hard decisions. We got to bring the Democrats in and talk about Social Security, Medicaid, Medicare. There's hundreds of billions of dollars to be saved, and we know how to do it. We just have to have the stomach to actually take those challenges on. But we can't just talk about our discretionary budget. That's less than 25% of our budget. We have to have some real hard discussion.
It used to be such that Republicans would openly pretend like they're not going to slash things like Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid, all the things that millions of Americans rely on to literally stay alive or get by, you know, one of those two. But now that we live in the Trump era, the post-fact era, the fascist era, you know, what difference does it make? You might as well just openly admit what you're going to do.
The fact that we have Americans that are waking up and saying, wait a minute, are you saying that tariffs are going to negatively impact me? Are you saying that we're going to have to pay for this? It's kind of like that wall that we're still waiting on Mexico to build, right? That they're going to pay for it. No, we're going to pay for it. We're going to be the ones that are suffering. And for those that thought that inflation was bad, even though it has come down, even though that it is honestly, cooled off here a lot quicker than it cooled off in the rest of the world, let me just tell you, it's time to buckle up, Buttercup, because it is about to be on and popping if for some reason he gets half of this done. And right now, looking at the henchmen that he is trying to put into his administration, we are on track to see a lot of these negative things impact our economy.
If you voted for Trump because you thought he was going to bring grocery prices down, I have some very bad news for you. A lot of our produce comes from Mexico. 2/3 of the tomatoes that Americans purchase are from Mexico. 90% of the avocados that they purchase are from Mexico, just to mention two examples. So that guac is definitely going to cost extra. If you voted for Trump because you thought he was going to bring down the cost of housing, a lot of our lumber, cement, other materials comes from Canada, which means that construction costs are going to go up. Not to mention all of the ways he's going to roil the U.S. auto industry, because a lot of autos cross borders in North America multiple times before they're ultimately finished and sold to consumers.
To the boycott China business. There's only 700,000 Americans dead because of China. Why would we want to keep buying more Chinese? Our side needs to fight back.
Can I check this out real quick? So it's made in China.
But
yeah.
my stickers aren't made in China.
Okay.
And, you know, listen, it's very, very, very true that the Democratic establishment has fallen short for decades. You know, not even just looking at the Biden administration or the Obama administration, but it really ever since Bill Clinton, there's been this push to the right. But let's be serious, man. Donald Trump did not even need to run a campaign this go round. His entire campaign was nothing but racism and gibberish. That is all it was. I'm going to impose tariffs on everything. Everything coming into the nation is going to have a tariff. I'm going to deport all these immigrants and migrants. And then is it really a big surprise that the wealthiest man in the world, Elon Musk, who bought his position, is going to do anything other than enrich himself? Linda McMahon, John Phelan, these two people who are now in the Trump administration and more who bought their positions. The Republican Party's main goal has been to reverse what FDR has done ever since he's done it. I mean, that's all that they've been doing, except now we live in an age where what difference does it make? You might as well go ahead and tell everybody, advertise to everybody what it is that you're going to do. So I guess they effing around and finding out, but unfortunately, everybody else has to deal with the repercussions as well.